The Vogue editor that wrote the article about boyfriends being embarrassing has doubled down on her rhetoric. Let's hear what she has to say. This right here is hot off the presses of TMZ on Instagram. Now, this woman right here, her name is Shantae Joseph. TMZ interviewed her because her article has gone viral. I covered it and several other content creators have. And she goes on to basically say that if women are embarrassed by promoting or showing their boyfriends on social media, that means men need to do better.
What?
So again, this is another quick video, but I wanted to bring this to your attention because, yeah, man, like most content creators out there would tell you, the monetized dating marketplace, you know, that you should basically just trick and things like that, or you should value your time more than theirs. Well, here's another example, all right? So we're going to get into it. Of course, this is on TMZ. I got to get my fair use clause before I get into reaction. So I'll leave a link to this in the description box so you can watch this without my commentary or interruption or criticism. If you're still here, thank you very much for your viewership. And as always, fair use.
Thing I noticed online is that there are a lot of women posting their boyfriends, their husbands, and like cropping out the face entirely. Like people would drop entire videos of their wedding or their surprise proposal, and every angle of the man was just like completely obscured. And I was just like, why are people doing this? It's so weird.
By the way, there are a lot of women that do this. A lot of them are getting their trips paid by sugar daddies, and so they're not showing their picture for obvious reasons. Now, there are other women that are doing this because they are belittling or emasculating their significant others, be it their boyfriend, fiance, husband, or whatever. And I would say if you have a significant other and you took a picture with them and then you see the same picture on social media and it has been cropped out, your face has been blurred out, something like that, this is a red flag that you need to take serious, in my opinion. But she's going to twist this action as somehow the men need to do better because the women are feeling embarrassed by being with you, even though you're putting in all the work and probably all the financial work to be with her. Let's continue.
I've asked them and they insist this is about privacy, but for some reason it's like you want privacy, but you still want the sort of like social clout that comes with being in a relationship. And I was like, really?
And that would not be on us, ma'am. That would be on the woman for reaping the benefits of being with a partner while at the same time not wanting to reveal that partner. You see how dubious that is? Yeah.
To get into why people are doing that. So then I just started asking a bunch of women, you know, for those of you who had your partners, why do you do it? And the responses I got back were insane. And there was like an interesting subsect of women, and something that I've noticed across line, particularly across all of my comments, of women who were just like, being with a man, period, is embarrassing. Like, it doesn't matter about anything that was said before. Just the very act of being with a man is somewhat embarrassing.
Message.
And of course, this will be twisted into, again, we're not putting in the work. Somehow we're deficient somewhere to where they're embarrassed to be with us. How about that? You know, it's just the culture of being single nowadays for women is glorified so much so that they are actually probably embarrassed to be with us. But it's not because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. It's because being single as a woman has been glorified so much. Look at your rappers. Look at your the culture. Look at these talk shows, these actors and actresses. They have promoted women being single more and more and more. Look at the monetized dating marketplace, right? Shout out to CGA. These women can go have fun with these men, okay? Get paid, do what they gotta do, and then go back to doing what they want to do as a single person. And don't get wrong, that's where the culture's going, so I'm fine with that, right? People say, oh, no, it's not tricking if you got it, or some people will talk about tricking. Whatever. That's where it's going. So as men, we need to evolve to what's going on, right? At the same time, men that want to be in relationships that are doing the work, it's not their fault that women are embarrassed by you, right? But again, We got to evolve just like they have evolved to do what they want. So we need to evolve to get what we want out of the situation that is at hand.
And I really wanted to get into that because I thought that's what's really interesting here. And you kind of just can tell there is this feeling, men are going this way, women are going that way, right? Whether it's our politics, education, income, employment, women are on a upwards trajectory. Like
There you go. Women are on an upward trajectory. Jobs, education, all these degrees, positions. Look at all these government workers getting laid off, right? They were using their positions and their money to say, I'm better than you, basically, than you men. Okay, which is, you see in the economy, that's falling at a rapid rate. But all these things were used, or I would say women were using that as a status symbol to say you're better than us. And to a large degree, they're still doing that. Even though women are getting laid off in large numbers, they're still using that as a metric to say they're better than us, right? And so that goes to say, okay, well, I can do better by myself, huh? And so, yeah, now being single is great. So are they embarrassed to be with us for the wrong reasons? But yeah, they are. Okay, cool. We'll see what happens in it's Nate Vember, right? Shout out to Nate Vember. Food stamps getting cut off, TANFs getting cut off, Section 8 getting lowered, jobs are getting let go. We'll see if the women that follow her rhetoric are still saying this another 6 months.
leveling up, becoming the best version of themselves, and men are not keeping up. And so now when you
Not
see a
keeping up.
woman who is just killing it in her prime,
In a
and then you see
prime.
her with a man, it's like, whoa, oh, the men have like it's
You see her, you see her doing all this great stuff, and you see her with a man. It's like, right? So why would she lower herself to being with a man? I'm sorry, y'all keep pausing it, but there's so many nuggets in this. I hope y'all are paying attention. I hope y'all picking this up, right? Why would I want to be with a man? Yeah. I'm leveling up. I got the money. I got the position. I bought a house, even though the housing market's crap right now. I got a new car. Oh, by the way, repos are going up now. I mean, all this nice stuff. I got all this great stuff. So I'm better than him. So now I go out and I get a man. All my friends are going to be like, you didn't need that guy, right? You were better living a single life and getting plowed every weekend than going back to your cubicle. Okay, all right.
picture. Some men have been like, I hear what she's saying. I agree collectively as men, we need to do better.
Yeah, weak
But
men.
those aren't the most vocal voices. I think there are a lot of men being just kind of outraged and saying things like, this is why you're going to be alone and this is why no one wants you and
Yeah.
you're just angry and you're mad and you're bitter and you're jealous. A lot of that, I think a lot of men probably feel a bit, I guess worried or threatened.
And no, we're not worried or bitter. We're really trying to call out what's going on right now, the current state of affairs when it comes to women. Uh, yeah, you probably won't. Well, I mean, you know what? There will be men that would take you. I don't know what caliber man that is, but there will be a man that would take you. The problem is, will you be satisfied with him? If he's weak, because with all this leveling up that you're doing, you still want a man that's higher than you. Question is, you're going to get that because you won't be satisfied until you level up in every level, including a man. And you'll want a man that makes more than you and that's better than you than status, but you'll still treat him like he's less than you. And that's also part of the problem.
That if being seen with a man is embarrassing, what does it mean for them? And I think they worry about that and they project that on me.
Project it.
But overall, they're just really, really angry, and understandably. But this is what I wanted to spark. I wanted people to feel angry because I wanted people to be convinced or not convinced or just like energized for change, basically. If being with a man now is embarrassing, then collectively men need to just step up.
There you go. That is the end state. That is the basis of this whole argument. If women are embarrassed by men, then men need to step up. Huh? There's something wrong with us, which, of course, there will always be something wrong with us, right? And the comments, some people were in agreement with her, some people weren't. The rise of women's first has all but destroyed the West. Okay, fellas, what y'all throwing on the grill today? Why not date each other and leave men for the women that want men? Yeah. If being with a man is embarrassing, then don't date men. Be careful who you listen to on the internet. Shout out to the men in the comments affirming the fact that they are, in fact, quite embarrassing. Now, somebody said that's in agreement. We are embarrassing, though. Okay. That's another man, or just like Chris. Yeah. Okay. The Bills play the Chiefs today, fellas. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. She's just writing where her research showed. She's not to blame. Okay, this is a man. Okay, raising my 4-year-old daughter has led me to believe that as a collective, we are embarrassing. Okay. Look at the leaders of this country. Okay, he must be a Democrat. Men out here raising kids that aren't theirs for years. Well, yeah. I mean, you see what's going on here, right? Some people agree, some people don't. But again, I'm not angry, but I am pointing out the rhetoric. I'm pointing out the ideas of the ladies out here. And again, like some people would say, this is not to be used as a sword. It's to be used as knowledge, gentlemen. Okay? No need to bash them over the head with this. Just, you see the information. Do with it what you must. All right? And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of the Working Man Podcast. I am your host, Nicholas J. Fury. Let me know what you think about Mrs. Shantae Joseph and her explanation for her article and basically doubling down on what she said. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell to be out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.